and welcome back to the next segment, and let's cross the border from Tamil Nadu to Kannada. The trailer for the first part of Kannada's biggie KGF has landed on YouTube, and in the last 5 or 6 days it has taken the country by a storm. The trailer was released in 5 languages, just as the movie is going to get released in 5 languages: Kannada, Hindi, Tamil, Telugu and Malayalam. The marketing team behind the film should be proud of the noise that they've been creating since the project was announced. Primarily because the movie is not just ambitious, it's a good movie. When you look at the stills, when you look at the trailers, when you look at the promo, you actually fall in love with the movie. The trailer is every bit what it was promising to be, an epic spectacle. The film's aesthetics are absolutely brilliant. I mean, people go ahead and say that, it's been inspired by Bahubali for its scale, it's been inspired by Mad Max for its color scheme, it's been inspired by this for that for that. No. There will be commonalities between X and Y movie. There will be a commonality that you cannot expect. A man emerging from the crowd to become a powerful figure, going back to the place where his origin was. Agnipath was the same, so you can take that as Agnipath, or you can take that as Rajamouli's Chhatrapati. Now, every Indian movie has some element that works to the formula, but this movie is beyond formula. Look at the kind of response that period films have got. Padmavat, Gautamiputra, Satyakaran, Manikarna, the Queen of Jhansi, they're all trying to go the same route as Bahubali. But KGF is not going that far back. KGF is going only 5 or 6 decades back. And this movie is not about a very long gone. Prashanth Neel has brought out a story that could have been played in a small town even today. The protagonist, Yash, absolutely brilliant in his role. When you look at his eyes, you feel the passion, you feel that intensity. There couldn't have been a better actor to introduce the character. And the fact remains that you bring in Anant Nag's voice at the background. You bring in Yash's intensity in the foreground, and you make the movie in 5 languages. Trailer opens with the quote, the ending of all great stories is written by destiny. Come on, how much more dramatic do you want to get? We might be witnessing a kind of absolutely brilliant movie in the making. The trailer has promised us that, and this is going to be a movie that will change the way people look at cinema. India, people still look at cinema and say, this is Tamil movie, this is Telugu movie, this is Kannada movie. Which movie is KGF? Yes, it has been made by the Kannada film industry, but it's a Hindi movie, it's a Telugu movie, it's a Tamil movie, it's a Kannada movie, it's a Malayalam movie. What kind of movie is this? You cannot classify, and that is great. Now, every story is an arc. Rocky's story is an arc. It goes into 2 parts. Now, what happens to Vetrimaran's Vada Chennai? Again, story arc. So you say it's common, it's not common. Yash is looking dusty. Yash looks like he is, from top to bottom, he looks to be entrenched in the dust that is all around him. SRINIDHI Shetty seems to be playing a character from an upper class, and is she going to fall in love with this ruffian? Is that going to be a story, or is her character something completely different, non-romantic? Bhuvan's cinematography is absolutely brilliant, because this movie has 0 VFX, no VFX. Everything has been created, everything has to be captured in the camera, nothing getting done anywhere else. Every frame, you pause the frame at any given point of time, it will look like painting. And that is the brilliant part. That is where the movie goes above what you are supposed to be, and it goes a point where it becomes a classic. Even in Sholay, panning of every single frame, every single frame of the movie, if you pause it, it becomes a case study. The way, for instance, remember the scene where Amitabh Bachchan and Dharmendra come out of the jail and they go to Surma Bhopali's joint, and Surma is sitting there telling story. It's a 3-level thing. There are people sitting, there is Surma, and then there is Amitabh Bachchan and Dharmendra in the background. If you stop that particular frame, you'll realize it's a 3-layered image that you're getting to see. It's a story in itself. There is one interaction going on between Surma Bhopali and the public. The public is also aware of the fact that Jai and Viru are at the background. Their reaction is completely different, although it's not shown. So a movie becomes great by small details. And that kind of small detail you can see in every frame of KGF trailer. You pause it. I'm challenging you. Go ahead and pause any single frame of KGF trailer, and you'll find that there is some kind of cinematic brilliance in that particular one. You will not find that kind of intensity even in. You go ahead and see the trailer of Mad Max, one movie that it's been compared to, Mad Max Fury Road. Go ahead, compare it with that. It is still better than Mad Max Fury Road. And that is the brilliance of KGF. That is the brilliance of how KGF is trying to transform itself into being more than just a movie. It's trying to become a classic, and it's succeeding at that. And that's the biggest part of it. It's not just about aiming, it's not just about dreaming. That's very important. But to actually execute to that level is a big deal, and Prashanth should be given absolutely all credit. Yash is getting a lot of credit in the market, and I'm all for Yash getting credit, but according to me, one should clap for Prashanth Neel as well. The kind of work that he has put in, the kind of detailing that he has put in, the kind of vision that he has is amazing. To equate the birth of a person with the birth of whole life of Kolar goldfields is amazing. This is going to be a very different treatment. I'm promising that you might come out saying it was not as good as I expected it to be, but you'll never be disappointed with the movie. It's that kind of movie. But you have to be a fan of action movies. It's not a romantic movie. It's not a movie in which you can mollycoddle with your loved one on the couch and watch this movie. No, this movie will make you sit and take notice. And that is what is the most important thing. That is what, see, movies are just like that. Movies have a beginning, a middle and an end. The beginning is when there is the birth of evil that is shown, how it takes shape. Second is somebody starts to decide that, let's fight against this particular evil. And then in the end, the evil is defeated and the good wins. That's the common theme of every story since the time of storytelling began in Stone Age. It has not changed. It's the presentation that changes. And I'm sure that you have seen the trailer and you've liked the presentation. Let us know what you feel about the movie, because I'm extremely passionate about the movie. Let's go ahead and talk about this more. For that, I expect you to join me on YouTube as well. Most of our videos from the channel are showcased. Most of my segments are broken up into single videos and shown over there. And let's hope that we meet and have a talk on YouTube someday. I'm Anupam, you're watching today's, and I'm going for a small break. After that, I'm coming back and I'm taking you back to Bollywood from Kannada film industry. Just don't go.